What's going on, y'all? It's me, Erica. It is Thursday, child. Almost over the week. It's almost over. It's raining today. We're almost at a full moon as well. It's always on time. Today we are going to talk about the girls are fighting, honey. The girls are fighting. Oh my gosh. Yesterday, it was like in the middle of the day. Did somebody send it to me? I don't know how I saw it, but Azriel and Joycelyn, Azriel Cleary and Joycelyn Crawford, who are R. Kelly's girlfriends, were fighting, honey, at the down to the Trump Tower, girl, fighting, arguing. Azriel was hollering. Honey, the clips are, well, I didn't know Azriel had social media, so that's how you can tell that R. Kelly was, he's losing his grips, because once a person gets on social media, it's a wrap. Like, you really can't control them. And Azriel was yelling into the, in her live on IG. She has an Instagram page and she has a Twitter page, and you could see her and the girl arguing, Joycelyn arguing. And I need to get a new set of windshield wipers. I don't like the way that looks. And so she was screaming like, I'm gonna tell. Y'all want to hear some tea? I'm about to tell y'all. He's been lying, girl. We know he's been lying. You the one lying for him, and I've been lying for him, stupid. But what I do want to say is I'm glad that she, and you don't know what it is. We don't know if she left. Well, we'll find out. I'm sure she'll keep talking. I'm sure if the price is right, she will talk. And to me, I feel like, pay her to talk. If y'all want to hear Azriel's story, pay her, because she's never gotten anything out of this relationship and this abuse from this man, but abuse from this man. So she needs some type of monetary compensation. So if she tells her story, y'all need to pay that little girl. She's only 22 or 24, one of those, 22. And I think she's been with R. Kelly since she was 17. And she was saying on the video, watch.
Line in. Please say a command.
Bluetooth audio. Y'all heard it. I know y'all heard it. I know y'all heard it. Hold on. Here she go.
Yes. Okay, so Joycelyn Savage, we both live here. She came up here with another young woman named Kimberly. I don't know who she was, but Joycelyn attacked me once in here, again out there, and it was witnesses. You can go ask Trump security. Every single time she came to me and attacked me, and I had to defend myself. So I would like to press charges immediately.
What happened? What made her attack you?
She came in here. First of all, she came up in here. She gave our keys to another woman to come up here and get her stuff. Yes, she sent Kimberly up here to get stuff.
Who's Kimberly?
I don't know who Kimberly is. It's somebody that supports him. I don't know. She's a handler. She does all his handwork from him from jail. And she came here with the keys. I didn't let her come up here first because I didn't know who she was. I told her, it's okay, I understand you're here with Joy, but if Joy needs anything from this apartment, she needs to be with you because I don't know who you are. I'm not just about to let you roam where I dwell. So then Joycelyn came back up here. I was in here with people that I know, whom I trust, because I don't know what she was on or if she would have came with a weapon or anything. So therefore, I had people in here. When she got in here, she just came to get his awards and his Grammys and stuff. And then after that, she started saying that I'm so wrong and that this and that. And I told her, Joycelyn, you're going to jail. You slept with a minor. That minor was me. You did it multiple times over and over again. And she was like, oh, I can't believe you're doing this. I can't believe you're saying this. All this stuff. And then she started attacking.
She hit you?
Yes.
With hands?
Yes.
She was an object or anything?
Yes, she did hit me with her phone. She hit me with her hands, and she was trying to kick me.
Your face?
Yes, with her phone.
Child. So, and And then you could see Joycelyn attack her, and it's really sad, but it is an indication that the shit is falling apart clearly, because y'all was sitting in front of Gayle King lying through your teeth. And it's really sad because we all knew you were lying. We all know the story. We all know what it looks like. We all know what abusers, people who are being abused, do to protect their abuser. We all know these things. So, as a young girl, her brain isn't even fully developed yet, child. So she's still trying to, which I think she was very well, she articulated herself well with the law enforcement or the security or whomever she was talking to, obviously talking to law enforcement if she says she wants to press charges. They offered to have somebody come and take a picture of her face and this and that. She had hit her with the phone. The phone fell on the ground, child. Honey, this is a mess. And when I was reading, somebody from Chicago was saying that Azriel is home. She's been home since November. And when I looked at her accounts, that's when all of her accounts were created. Her Twitter account and her Instagram account were both created in November. And so she's away, and we're happy that she's away. I hope that she's in therapy. I hope her parents have her in therapy, because during the video, the guy was like, your dad said it was under the sink. Your dad said it was under the sink. I was like, her dad? Because I didn't know at that moment that she was home, right? And I'm like, her dad? What has she been talking to her dad? Well, that's good. I'm looking like, girl, that's good. She's talking to her dad at least, And I can't get over. I wish y'all would let me over. Please let me over. Thank you. I don't understand people. People really drive like it's not raining at all. Like it's not raining. I hate driving on the highway when it's raining. And so, and I'm glad, I'm glad she's home. I'm glad she's out of that. And she posted something. I was looking through her IG and she was singing, and that girl can sing, child. And I was like, can you? And then she was tweeting something else, and she said what I would give to be 17 again. Like, she has a lot of healing to do, a lot of repairing to do, and then some healing. But I hope they get her in some therapy. And like I said, when the empire is falling apart, when the women of the abuser start fighting. They start fighting. She was like, take his Grammy. She was picking up American Music Awards, talking about take his Grammy before I break him, and this and that. Child, I would have been broke. I would have fucking pawned them shits. You crazy as hell. You could have sold them shits on eBay, you dummy. I mean, you don't know. You 22. You don't know. She gonna look back on that and be like, God damn, you should have made an eBay account. I would have sold them R. Kelly motherfucking Grammys, bitch. I would have sold them shits. Restitution, motherfucker. Restitution, motherfucker. I would have sold them things. Everything. Every fucking memorabilia some old raggedy ass, old auntie ass woman would have bought them. Someone who still believes a motherfucker can fly and who's still stepping in the name of love. Somebody would have bought them things. Let me stop right here because these people just driving crazy. So I'm glad they're out of there. I guess Joycelyn is still wrapped up in it. Hopefully she gets her ass home too. And he's still sitting in the jail. He needs to be under the jail. He needs to rot in jail. They need to put a hole in the ground and slide his ass down in the hole and feed him through a damn tube. Some saline. That's all he needs is some saline. Him, all of them, everybody who abuses women needs to be. Now, those are the people who need to be exiled. Those are the people who need to be exiled. People who are abusing children, women, boys, men, everybody who is abusive. You gotta go. That shit is, yeah, you gotta go. You just gotta go. So I'm glad the girl is home. I'm glad, yeah, listen to her sing. Listen. Hold on. She's singing a Christmas song. Let's see.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a choir. And folks dressed up like.
Child, I'm about to cry, cause can you imagine? That man was about to ruin that child's life. About to ruin her life. Already took her childhood, taking her childhood. That's why it makes me mad when I see, even in a consensual, like a relationship, like a Joe Button and a Sin, like an old ass nigga going with a young girl who has their life ahead of them. They just get in their lives and ruin their lives, and then ruin their outlook on men, and ruin their perception on men, because they get these men who are predatory and they want to suck the life out of you and abuse you. I don't like that. That her singing like that. I'm glad she's not. Hopefully she's not on any kind of drugs or anything like that. And I'm just happy that she's out of there. I'm really happy that she's out of there. I'm really happy. And I was watching Surviving R. Kelly. I watched the one with Dominique. I skipped over. I was skipping through episodes because I watched 1 and 2, and then I went all the way to Dominique's episode. Her mother, something ain't right. I don't care what y'all say. Something ain't right with Dominique's mother. Something is not right. I don't know what it is. I just don't know. When she came on the screen, blonde hair, she looked cute. Blonde hair with the pink and all that stuff, and she said she cut her hair because her daughter's hair was short. And then when they asked Dominique why did he want her to dress like a boy, she said she didn't want to talk about that. She wasn't ready to talk about that. So I don't know it's no telling what he had these girls doing. And one of the girls who braided his hair, did y'all hear the hair braider story, child? Oh my God. Then they try to act like they didn't know who she was, and she had to tell them what things in the house look like so they can, so that she can prove that because they were about to not believe her. And that is the risk. That's the risk, because you can, first of all, it's the shame of being put into that situation, or allowing yourself in that situation and somebody to take advantage of you. And then when you go tell the police, or she said she went to her brothers, she went to people, the men in her family, and they were like, you got to call the cops. We ain't not messing with R. Kelly. No, we not doing that. And unfortunately, it's like, who do you go to? Who do you go to for protection? She goes to the cops. They looking like, girl, we don't believe you. They say they don't know you. You gonna take their word? Like, they take the man's word. And then if the girl doesn't fit standards of beauty, they really not gonna believe her. If she don't look like a Azriel, or she don't look like a Joycelyn, she look like that hair braider. The hair braider, I don't know what she looked like back then, but she doesn't fit a standard of beauty, so they're not gonna believe her. We don't believe you. They said they didn't know you. What? To the point where she had to say, my bag is in the house. There are 2 bottles of something on a dresser behind something. So she had to basically let the cops know that there was something, I know, they know me. So then everybody had to change their story that they knew her. They were getting ready not to believe that girl. I was like, when she told her story, I was so disgusted. And that's an evil man. He's smiling in your face. And that's what people have an issue with Kanye, because they believe that Kanye is using gospel to get back into the hearts of black people. But if you think about it, you're not, what you're saying is that black folks will just fold for some gospel music. And when R. Kelly did that, I think that was his MO, to I'm saved and I believe I can fly and all this other shit. It's nothing to me to not listen to R. Kelly anymore. It's nothing. It's nothing to me. And that's when they're saying, like, you got to take the people's money away, so they can't. When you take the money away, the shit crumbles. Do you understand? That's why them girls is in there fighting. The money is gone, honey. When the money's dried up, it ain't nothing you could do about it. Okay? And that's what it is. I listened to Dominique's story. I watched her mother. When her mother hit the screen, I got chills over me. I said, something ain't right with that lady. Something is not right with that woman. I don't know what it is. Maybe what I do find hard to watch is black women. We take on, like, even the hair braider was like, we take on all of these strong attributes. So when it's time to protect us, they're like, oh no, you couldn't. No, you got to do that on your own, girl. Even her own family, like, no. It's really difficult to see. It was really hard to watch some of those stories. It was just really difficult. I was like, this is really sad. It's really sad. And I'm just glad that the girl is out of there. I'm glad she's out of there. I'm glad hopefully she can actually start her singing career, which is the reason why. But you know, the parents, we need to question their thought processes, because there's other people in the world who could have given this girl a shot. And by you saying, well, R. Kelly, you know, I heard about the tape, but I never, you know, you didn't believe it. You didn't believe it. But then when your daughter gets hypnotized and wrapped up, now you want people to help you, but you sent her over there. You sent her over there at 17 years old, and apparently the night that the day that they met, he had already had sex with her. And y'all need to stop calling that shit a sex tape. That is a video of a man raping a child. Well, I'm talking about the one from the 90s. R. Kelly has been being violent within our community for almost 30 years. Do you hear me? And that's unacceptable. And for anybody to walk around comparing anything, what's wrong? Why don't they do Harvey Weinstein, and why don't they do Kevin Spacey? Them men are not abusing black women, children, and boys. Let me tell you something. I was telling Nathaniel the other day, I believe there are some boys who have grown into men who have been abused by R. Kelly. He just didn't abuse girls and women. I don't believe that. I just don't believe it. I don't believe it. I believe that there are some boys who have grown into men who have been abused by R. Kelly. But they're not going to come out. They won't come out. You think it's hard for a woman to come out? For a man to come out and say he's been abused by a man or by another woman or by a grown woman? You know, a lot of toxic men in our community look at a boy being raped by a older woman by losing their virginity as some kind of rite of passage. You ruin his brain when you do that. Ruin his brain when you do that. You ruin his the relationship that when he gets older that the relationship with a sexual experience is ruined. And y'all, these motherfuckers make you think it's a rite of passage. Oh, you a man now. You just been raped. Is that what it takes to be a man, to be raped? I done said it too many times, honey. They may take the video, but you know, it's awful and it's sad. And honey, yesterday somebody told me to watch Little Mo on The Breakfast Club, and I watched it. Child, I did not know Lil Mo was addicted to opioids, to these painkillers. A lot of people are addicted to these painkillers. We were trying to tell her that Dynamite wasn't shit. Everybody was telling her he wasn't shit. He looked dusty. He looked what is the word? What y'all say? Low value. He looked unsuitable for partnership. He looked like that. And Lil Mo said something that stuck out to me. That she said her father, who is some kind of pastor or bishop or preacher or something, she said her father told her she was a whore for marriage. Baby, I said, what? When she said that, and I don't even think they caught what she said, because Lil Mo been married 3 times, and she said each marriage lasted a year. I remember the last time she was on The Breakfast Club. Each marriage lasted for 6 years, and she didn't want this marriage to Dynamite to end at the 6th year, because that would be 666. And she said, and I don't want that to happen. So you were being abused, rolling out of cars. He had spit on her, honey. Let me tell you something. When you spit on somebody, to me, I feel like that's the highest form of disrespect. When you spit on somebody, you might be ready to meet your motherfucking maker. Don't you? Oh my God. And this supposed to be your husband, child. Like, Like, to me, I feel like that's the highest form of disrespect. Like, I spit on you. I'm taking my fucking mucus. Oh my God. That makes me sick thinking about it. And spit on her. That's what that girl said that R. Kelly was doing, was spitting on her. I was like, what is wrong with these motherfuckers? What? Just disrespectful. Little Mo said all of these things that she's been going through. That song with her and Jessica Dime is trash as hell. But Little Mo said that he was, I don't know, that he abused the girl that he was cheating on Little Mo with. He abused her and beat her ass too. I bet you he got another girlfriend. How much you want to bet? I bet you, because like Lil Mo's father said, these motherfuckers be whores for relationships, be whores for marriage. She was like, I don't play that, because I remember when she was on the Breakfast Club the last time. She was like, I don't play that. I get married, honey. We ain't gonna be doing this. We gonna get married. She's been married 3 times. And she's like, she doesn't manage her pussy well and this and that. No, it's not your vagina. It's the pool of men you have to choose from. And she was like, I've come in contact with all of these executives and these men who are, because she said, I didn't feel worthy, and I didn't feel, what did she say? Did I write it down? I feel like I wrote it down somewhere. I think I tweeted it. She said she didn't feel worthy or valued. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people, or a lot of women, get into these relationships with men that are of low value. Let's see, I don't even know where it is. Where is it? I don't know where it is. I tweeted it last night. Oh, I don't know where it is. But yeah, she said something about her not feeling valued or something. It was something like that, not feeling valued and underappreciated or something. She didn't see her worthiness. And I think a lot of the times that's what happens. When you don't see your worthiness, you will choose a partner who is unworthy. And they see you as a broke down, insecure, I'll take any goddamn man who comes along, and here I am waiting for you. And what is he gonna do? Because he's unsuitable for partnership, so he ain't gonna treat you right. Look at that girl on fucking Love and Hip Hop. You know, the shit is raggedy as hell. And then she was addicted to Percocets and taking Percocets and saying she was a functioning addict and all this other stuff. That shit is crazy. And all this stuff. You need to stay single for a while. Now she has 5 kids. Now she was like, now I'm a single mother with 5 kids. But I bet you your kids are happy now not to see you in these crazy ass relationships with these people. You don't have to be in a relationship, y'all. You don't have to. It's not required. Just like I said on the other day on Twitter. Just because a nigga smiles at you doesn't mean it's time to get married, bitch. Y'all motherfuckers, a nigga smiles at you, y'all be ready to pick out your goddamn China patterns, registering for preschool and everything else. Everything else. Just because a nigga smiles at you. Every nigga's not a partner, okay? They're not. And not suitable for partnership. You can have a friend, y'all can be friends, but you don't partner with everybody, honey. Trust me. Trust me when I tell you, a diva who has gone through the shit, picking a wrong partner, choosing a wrong partner. And they wear a mask, baby. They wear a mask until that probation period is over. And you ignore red flags because somebody like you. Child, please. Don't do it. If anything, learn from the people who have made the mistakes. That's what wise people do, okay? Wise people learn from the mistakes of others, and you listen. But some people don't listen. Some people need to have the experience themselves so they can understand the value. They can understand the value of the lesson. Sometimes you got to experience yourself. You see people, you know, a lot of times when you hear women and men talk about their relationships with people and the bad relationships and what to watch out for, people don't listen. They think you're a hater. They think you're miserable. They think you're bitter. No. We just telling you what it is. And, you know, and a lot of people, a lot of men and women believe that you can't possibly be happy unless you are in a relationship with somebody. And that's unfortunate, because what happens is you start to just, okay, well, listen, if my worthiness and my value is determined on how I partner, right? Male or female, how I partner, that's my worthiness is attached to that. I'm going to pick anybody just to be like I got a man or I'm in a relationship or whatever. That's what a lot of men have that they're very cognizant of that. They understand that. They understand, oh, she doesn't think she's worth it. She thinks that, if she's in a relationship, then she's more valuable. That's how society works, y'all. We talk about this all the time. And it's unfortunate for a woman to go pick. She was like, I was, bailing him out of jail. I was doing all of these things. For what? She was like, I was crazy. She admits, like, I really made some bad decisions. Bad decisions. But then all the men are going to tell you is to choose better. I hate when men say that. Choose better. Choose better. Choose better. Nigga, who you got to choose from? What you got to choose from? What do you have to choose from? Especially if the some not alls ain't saying nothing. Because if you have a friend in your circle who is treating their partner like shit, you ain't shit. Just like y'all say about the parents. If these girls' parents didn't drop them off to be abused and to be kidnapped and be treated or enslaved, sitting in a room with buckets in the corner of the room, if you sat there and you allowed that to happen, complicit, an accomplice, you are contributing to that. If you're not holding people accountable or making people hold themselves accountable, you're contributing to it. If you got a friend that is cheating on his wife and you know it, you're not telling your friend he's wrong, you're not telling your homegirl, probably if she cheating on her husband, she ain't tell nobody. I'm telling you, okay? But when men know when their friends ain't shit. They know when their friends ain't shit because they'll tell you, don't mess with him. Don't mess with him. Instead of telling the nigga, don't be shit, they tell the girls, don't choose him. Instead of telling the guy, change your behavior. Why? Because there's no consequence for the behavior. Once you figure out he ain't shit and you leave, it's another fool waiting. Like, okay, you gonna choose me? I'm next. Hello. And that's just the cycle of the bullshit. The cycle of the ain't shit nigga. I'm telling you. Let me tell you. I'm telling you. And then the women think they got a goddamn prize, honey. She said one of the girls, Lil Mo said one of the girls, one of Dynamite's children's mother, said that she was waiting for him to do her like she did her, and once they were broken up, she reached out to her. But when she was trying to reach out to her and tell her, she was a hater. She was a hater. Girl, you just want them back and all. You don't think. I don't know what it is, but you bitches, and it's like, it's really a line where men, let me tell you something. Think about divorces. When a man and a woman gets divorced, who typically gets married first again? Or who typically gets into another relationship quick in a hetero relationship? The man. The man. You know why? Because it's a fool waiting. A fool waiting to be chosen. To have her worthiness determined by a man picking her. And that's just what it is. You can't tell me nothing different. I've seen it too many times. It's systemic and generational, child. I've seen it. Let me tell you something. When my mother and father got a divorce, my mother had boyfriends, but she still ain't married. Then my father got married and in another relationship. After got married, the girl got married to my brother and sister's mother, got divorced from her, and another relationship. The fools is waiting, child. And then they think that you mad, and we be like, girl, he abused me and he did. Well, he may not hit you, but he's abusing you verbally. He's emotionally abusing you. He's doing all of these things to you. Now, there are some relationships with a man and a woman. They go their separate ways, and they both find relationships. Like my grandmother, my maternal grandmother, she was abused, left the relationship, divorced, and got remarried to my grandfather, who was, from what I saw, he always protected me, was always, honey, for me. Did he marry again? I don't know if her first husband married again. Probably, or what, the women be ready, huh? They be waiting. They be waiting in line. And then they'll tell you, child, you jealous, you want my life. Girl, don't nobody want your life. Don't nobody want your life. We done been through it. We done seen it. We was trying to warn you, bitch. But you around here thinking somebody wants your life. Girl, please. Girl, please. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Now you broke down and tired taking care of a nigga. Child boo. Child boo, taking care of a nigga through sickness and in health. And then they end up getting sick, and then you got to take care of them. Child, please. I wish a motherfucker would. Like, I be looking at my aunt like, no, ma'am. Which at knowing what I knew about her relationship with my uncle, and he's down here, and he was abusive to her, and then she's around here helping him and taking care of him and doing all this stuff. Them niggas ain't shit. I'll push your ass down the stairs. Get to the corner of the stairs, and I'm gonna kick your ass in your lower back, and you're gonna be down the stairs with your neck broke. Y'all remember that movie on Netflix? What was it called? The Staircase? And they thought it was the owl that dragged that woman down the stairs. Remember? It's on Netflix. Go watch it. That shit was crazy. They thought the man killed the woman. He was a book. He was an author. I think didn't he write murder mysteries, child? But anyways, yes, the bitches be waiting in line for the ain't shit niggas. They don't know they ain't shit, because if you tell her, like Lil Mo said, she was not listening to that woman. Finally, when she went through what she went through, she said she reached out to her. She reached out to her. And now you believe me now, bitch? You trust me now? Girl, I'll be thinking like, oh, girl. But, yeah, that shit is crazy to me. That shit is crazy. I be just thinking, I be thinking, like, they really do. Like, how many times, y'all, please tell me how many times you had a bad relationship with somebody, they got in a relationship again, if you said something to the woman or to the man about their partner, and you're like, no, they ain't shit, and they didn't believe you. You jealous. Girl, what? Jealous of what, child? Now you over there seeing eye dog. Child, please. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Woo, you be thinking like, oh, I'm glad. And then they want to be like, oh, I understand where you going through. I see what you going through. It's sad. I was like, Lil Mo, she addicted to drugs, just in an abusive relationship, all this shit. But she's still funny, though. She still has a sense of humor. And there were some points where she wanted to cry, and all of these strong, we got to be strong. We got to put on a face. We got to da-da-da-da. That doesn't help that doesn't help us when it's time to say, listen, I'm a delicate flower too. Just because, I think a lot of the times, I've said this before, I think a lot of the times the strong black woman trope attributes to the amount of abuse that people feel like, oh, she can endure this. She can endure this. She's strong. She's going to be strong. She's going to get through it. Look at her grandmother. Look at her mother. Look at her great-grandmother. Look at the great-great-grandmother. They all was dealing with this type of person. But it's, you just got to choose better. But look, they strong. They got through it. Girl, we ain't got no goddamn choice. The hell? You ain't got no damn choice. You don't. And that hair braider, when she said she went to her brothers and was like, or cousins or something, and was like, yeah, what happened to her? And they were like, girl, you on your own with that one. You say R. Kelly did what to you? I don't know. We not gonna, you can't go and beat him up. You just can't go and jump him. Yes, the fuck you can. What you talking about? He can be touched just like anybody else. He can be touched just like anybody else. But anyway, that was it. That was it for today, y'all. I'm out of here. It's a mess. It's a mess. Go watch that Lil Mo interview. It was sad. And then it was like, Charlamagne was like, he needs help. Yes, he needs help. Yes, the guy needs help. He obviously has some issues. But in addition, society raised him too. She said that he was raised in poverty and that he had to survive instead of being loved, or something she was saying, some excuse she was giving him. But hopefully she doesn't jump up and get into another relationship again, and if she does, it's with a man who is worthy of partnership. Because all these Negroes are not worthy of partnership. Just because they got a penis and they taller than you, don't mean that they are worthy for partnership. Nigga smile at you, nigga open the door for you. Like the bar is so low, okay? The nigga open the door for you, you want to get married. Ooh. No. No, ma'am. All right, y'all, I'm out of here. Y'all take care of each other. Protect your energy. And get, I don't know, child. Bye.